Happy Monday. Oh, my word. And welcome to Rightside Radio. This must be what it's like to have great
I can't hear anything.
earphone. You can't hear anything?
Wait. Yes, I can.
It's probably just quiet.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
What happened while we were gone?
So many
Everything fell
things.
apart.
My hair's swooping, and I'm sorry about that. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. And this is Rightside Radio on a Monday after Thanksgiving, post-holiday letdown edition.
Letdown. I had the best holiday.
Well, I know.
Oh, you're
That's
saying
why
because
you get,
we're back.
Yeah, because you get let down, the holiday's over, you're done, and then Shazam, but not really, because we still have Christmas and New Year.
I know. We only
Okay.
got like 3 weeks of a show, and then it's Christmas.
Hold on. Could we have a moment for the light in this room? And
I know.
I think
sing
it's too
JP's
bright.
face? Allison?
Yeah.
No, I mean, look at
Sinclair.
Abs. Look
What?
at us. It's, I don't know. I think it's too bright.
Okay.
We'll let the watchers let us know.
Yeah, tell us, please.
I think it's
I'm kind of happy.
JP is glowing.
I know,
in his prison
like,
cell.
JP
though.
looks great.
You
I
actually do really look good.
I got good behavior, so I got extra light in my prison cell. So
Yeah, you
maybe if I keep up the good behavior, I can get something
I think you
something
can.
more.
I
Yeah.
think JP. I think it's looking up for you.
JP, how was Thanksgiving and how was the sweet potato casserole?
Thanksgiving was great. Sweet potato casserole was awesome. I took a whole box of it back to my aunt's house to continue eating the leftovers. Pumpkin pie was great. It was all good.
I found out that you don't like that.
Yeah,
Either?
you missed it. So let's go back.
Okay.
Abs.
All right.
Favorite Thanksgiving dish, least favorite Thanksgiving dish.
Okay. Favorite.
Let's guess. Hold on. No, JP and I guessed each other's. It was
They did.
bizarre.
Yeah, she guessed my favorite and least favorite, and I think I guessed hers too.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Is that not weird?
It's super weird.
It was weird.
What was it?
My favorite was sweet potato casserole, and my least favorite was green bean casserole.
Oh.
And her
I
favorite
mean,
was
nailed it.
her favorite was stuffing. And was your least favorite sweet potato? What was your least favorite?
Cranberry.
Yes.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate cranberry.
Okay. So
I don't know why somebody decided let's put cranberry on meat. What? No.
So my mother-in-law brings the cranberry sauce every year, which is such a cop-out because literally, like, she takes 3 cans,
Oh, I was
dumps
gonna
them
make the
out
sound.
in
Yeah.
a thing. Yeah. It just like, and anyway, she doesn't even slice it up. So it still has the ridges. It's just 3 cans laying on this plate. And what was so funny is that we were cleaning up and she goes to the refrigerator and she's like, oh my gosh, I forgot the cranberry sauce. I said, Grandmommy, obviously it wasn't that important because you didn't realize you didn't have it when you were eating. But she was so upset about missing that cranberry sauce. And I'm like, took it out and you kind of jiggle it.
Watch
You're like,
it
why?
jiggle.
Allison's
What's the
It
point?
will-
her noise for Thanksgiving or pumpkin pie was
No.
What was it?
yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, what
Like it gets
pie
stuck
do
on
you
the top
like?
top of your mouth. It's like
It-
sweet tea
Hold
gets
on.
stuck
I need
there.
to diagnose this problem. Are you suggesting that you don't like pie because you don't like the nutmeg in it? Like, would you like it if it were a
it's
bland
the
pie?
consistency. It's the consistency. It's the same reason I don't like cottage cheese or cheesecake.
Okay, I understand.
Although
that.
Allie from Athens, cheesecake, whatever, she said she would bring
Yeah.
you.
She texted me that she makes a pumpkin or what was it? A pumpkin cake, cheesecake or something. It was some sort of pumpkin and
pie,
cheesecake.
cheesecake
combo.
with-
Yum.
Oh
yeah.
man,
That sounds
I would endure the
amazing.
sounds great.
Mm.
for Allie from Athens cheesecake.
You guys, Emmy made us a black magic chocolate cake. That kid can cook.
That sounds really
Is
good.
that like with a Coke? You
I
add-
don't know what. I didn't ask questions. That's one of those desserts where you just don't ask. But you're proud that your kid can cook. And she made this cake and it is gone. It was yum. So that was my favorite thing this year. I like all the food except cranberries.
Mm.
All right.
And my green bean casserole was atrocious. It was tragic.
Well, it's because it's green
was-
beans. It's always atrocious.
Well, I should have just boiled like I should have taken the time to
Ugh.
make it so that it wouldn't have tasted bad. I did make homemade mac and cheese.
Nothing Southern should start with boiled, unless it's peanuts.
Bold.
bold.
peanuts.
But
That's the only thing you can bowl.
now here's the real question. When it comes to Christmas, Are you going to make the same food or do you have a different menu?
Different. Well, not all different, but the main course is different. We'll have ham instead of turkey.
Okay.
Sweet potato casserole will still be there, obviously.
Okay.
I think the rest is kind of different. Yeah, I think so. Christmas for us is more finger food, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, are you like fancy with pinkies out?
Well, the deviled eggs for Thanksgiving, by the way, was one of the
Oh.
best items this year. It was awesome.
I hang my head in shame. We had
That's
none.
another.
Allison,
Y'all.
really?
No, it's like yogurt.
Were you a picky eater as a child?
I'm really not a picky eater. I don't like that consistency though. It kind of
Is it? I don't even know how. Okay, it's fine. So are you going to eat the same thing at Christmas or are you going to eat different?
we generally do the same thing, which I've never thought about. Now it's kind of disappointing.
I know. I feel the same way. And I
No, we
realize
really do the same thing.
we're declaring that we're going to probably do some kind of like one of the gentlemen who's an attorney here, maybe steak or maybe
Why don't we
a
do
beef
Mexican?
tender, something. We do brunch in the morning and that's our whole thing.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I had a great Thanksgiving. We did it at our house, had probably 35 crazy Sinclairs there, had the best time. You know, some years is just off.
mhm.
Like I can't describe it. Some years the family just seems, I don't know if everybody's tired or if they're just
You're not
not
into it.
liking us or whatever it is. But this year everybody was on point. We had such a fun time. We played Happy Family. Have y'all ever played Happy Family?
Never
Mm-mm.
played Happy Family.
So much fun.
Is it a card game?
No,
Is
no,
it a
no.
board
It's
game?
almost like it's a stupid game that all you need is a piece of paper.
Oh, I'm for those games.
And I couldn't even really. You have to. People put a name in a like. Okay, everybody gets a little sheet of paper, and so there were probably 25 of us playing, anywhere from 80 to 10. Okay, which makes it super interesting. And everybody gets a little tiny piece of paper, and you write down a random person. Like people wrote Bill Nye the Science Guy, Nick Saban. One of mine was Patrick Mahomes. So like the point is you put them all in the cup and then one person reads every single name and you read through the list of every name twice. And then you start around the circle and you have to guess who wrote that name. And it gets really, really funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It sounds really lame. But if you guess, like say I guessed JP was Milrow and I guess that right. He comes in is on my family, and then we're a team, and we get to guess everybody else.
Oh, I like that. I like that game.
But it's
Okay.
funny because like somebody was Miss Jackson from remember Outcast song. Sorry,
yeah.
Miss Jackson.
That's good.
And it was like Jared's dad was Miss Jackson, and somebody was Drake, and it was like a 4-year-old was Drake. You know, it was just kind of funny stuff like that. But anyway, we had a great time. I did miss y'all though.
We
Oh, yeah.
missed you.
I
It was boring.
I hate long times off. I get so
You do-
bored.
Yeah, we learned.
I mean, it was fun. Like Wednesday, we had my dad's side, which is my big side of the family. I've got 13 cousins on my dad's side. So we were all at my uncle's house, and then we ate. And then the guy cousins went out by the fire with cigars and whiskeys with the uncle hanging out, and the girl cousins were
Oh,
doing
that's
whatever
nice.
inside. I don't know, who knows. But then Thursday was the normal Thanksgiving. But then come Friday, I'm like, what do I do? I'm so bored. I want to get back already. And I think I sent y'all like a whole bunch of stuff.
JP
At 2
started
a.m.
writing
Your
liners.
music. The liners are
Awesome.
fabulous.
We'll have to try them out soon.
Yeah, those are funny. No, it's good.
We might get in trouble,
We'll
Mhm.
probably get in trouble. Hold
which
on,
I'm
I
here
gotta-
for.
We've got these fancy new not headphones,
Well,
and I'm just working on.
I should have brushed my hair today.
I like your hair.
But wait, Amy Beth, you survived your Thanksgiving
I
out of the
didn't
country.
die. I didn't die. So you know,
what happened?
Well, they have these animals that look like they're anteaters. And one night I was walking back from trying to eat food, which was unsuccessful. And I heard
Because
this
the food's bad?
wasn't great.
Okay.
Okay. And I heard this clanking. And in the break, I'll show you these little critters. I mean, it scared me so much, I walked past my room. But the raccoons in Cancun literally look like anteaters, but they're not. And there's a bunch of them, and they were eating food that hadn't yet been picked up on their trays. It was terrifying. We did see a capybara. Is that how you say that?
Yes,
name?
Yes,
capybara.
they're so
It was a
cute.
baby. The rest of my family was unimpressed, but Molly and I were very excited about seeing a capybara. Being with the kids was the best part. Flights were uneventful, but
Would you go back?
no. Mm-mm.
But what are you not saying? There's something behind
There was
that.
an adult side.
Okay.
Okay, there was an adult side. There's a kid side, and it was like Disney and lively and fun. But one night they told me if you walk over to the adult side, which my room was almost on that quadrant, then you may see little spider monkeys, which are legit. They live in the trees, but go by building 1. But the building 1 is on the adults only side. And I got into that lobby and I said to myself, I don't feel good about this. Like I'm not going to go through here and out the other side. I don't know what I'm going to see.
Were there pineapples everywhere?
I don't know that
Upside
there were
down?
pineapples, but you ever walk in somewhere and your spirit's like, flee, run, get out.
Discernment.
So I did. And I left, but I went through their pool and around because it connects up. And there's a massive meeting area where you can have dinners, and the basketball teams had their big team dinner. And I did. And I walked through that way. But let's just say that it's very vacant. Our side was lively. Our side was awesome. But I did walk past the pools and I was like, ew, I'm going to just go back to my side by myself. But you just felt like some people were on the prowl.
It was a nude pool.
Oh, it wasn't nude, but it was just made me feel weird. And there were no children, and it was adults doing adult things. And I'm like, I'm going to go now.
Okay.
I don't care about the spider monkeys. I'm not hungry anymore. This is weird. I got to go.
Was the weather at least good?
The weather was spectacular.
Oh, good.
My kids were spectacular. We had a blast together. It was fun being the team. I love them. I cannot say enough good about the whole situation. But the food was not great, guys.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I cook a lot. And so now I've gotten pickier as I've gotten older. Not great food. Coffee was good. A little lemon, tiny wedge. Also at a dessert.
Wait. Lemon in your coffee?
There's just like this limit. There's a deli and you could get dessert or you could get salad. And I took to getting the salad out of the deli and then little tiny intentional pieces of cake. My whole problem was that one night they actually asked if we wanted grasshoppers to dip in our guacamole, which is disgusting.
What?
I'm not kidding. I have a picture. Or they decided for the rest of humanity that the desserts that they served should be intentionally sized, and the whole property, this massive 10 like apartment building style. It was at, I don't even know, Hard Rock, resorts. I've never seen so many buildings in my life, but the desserts were intentionally sized.
What does
The
that
coffee
mean? Like
cups
fun size,
intentionally
like
sized.
like
Everything
tiny?
was tiny.
Yeah.
If I'm on vacation, I don't want you to give me an intentionally sized piece of cake.
Yeah, but you can get 48 of them.
You can because you paid for everything. But it was just very like progressive of you. I'm on vacation. If this is the only good thing on your resort, I want 5 of them.
Yeah.
And the little teeny tiny coffee cups. What? This is what made me sad.
And it was Thanksgiving.
Don't judge me.
You gotta have a lot of food.
Yeah. The plates for you to go through the buffet to just get little snacky snacks at the pool, tiny. Well, it's not your job to tell me. I just
Where's my beef?
I wanted some beef. I wanted some chicken
I need my
skewers. I wanted
protein.
some veggies. Not on a tiny plate that made me sad, or little tiny desserts that you're like, I don't care if I eat 5 of these things. I was ready to get home and eat my own food in my own kitchen.
Welcome back.
Thanks. I was so glad to see y'all. Like, did you guys, I know we have to go to break, but did you guys start going through shows in your head without us? Like, do you start doing the show by yourself at home? Like, oh, this would be funny to talk about. And this would be funny to talk about. And look at those people on the plane with masks. We should probably talk about that. Anyway, I'm done.
Yeah. Once it got to Friday and I was around my
does.
family for too long. No, I'm just kidding. And I'm like, bang my head against the wall.
Well, you like work.
Yeah, I do.
You like to work.
I like routine, structure,
Yeah.
and stuff to do.
I
Wow.
didn't get to that point. I had a blast. We went to
Glad you
Auburn. Are we going to talk about?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
will.
we're gonna
Okay.
talk about
Can
it.
we
We
do
will.
that? And then we've got the montage.
We do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We got to fix this lighting. Look at my
Allison, I
forehead
love
shining.
The lighting.
It's like,
No, my
Okay, we'll
I
be right
am-
back.
I am shiny though. Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. We have a short segment, so let's get to it. The Iron Bowl.
What a great day. We got some text about it, by the way, or comments, excuse me.
We do.
John from Huntsville, who hates Alabama, is commenting on the YouTube. Said that Iron Bowl game was the stupidest football game I've ever seen. Both teams absolutely sucked. Butterfingers is all I saw from both teams. Alabama's best players were named Ref 1, Ref 2, etc. He says, JP, I told you from the very beginning, the entire football season was rigged so Georgia and Alabama can play over and over again. If the refs don't cheat, Georgia will smash and obliterate Alabama 40-0.
Okay. All right. Well, you heard it here first.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
And I have so many things to say. Like, I've heard so many rumors and insider things this week about Lane Kiffin and Auburn and exactly what was his name? That
Summerall.
No. That just left them on YouTube.
He would have been so good.
What was the listener that just left it?
John from Huntsville.
Okay, John from Huntsville. Basically, I have a friend that has a friend of a friend that is a huge gambler, big time, inside sports betting. And word is it is all rigged. Every part of it, everything.
I believe it.
All rigged. And I think that John from Huntsville is onto something.
Listen, Auburn had a chance to win. They were crossing the 40 with 30 seconds left down a touchdown. If Cam Coleman didn't fumble, then unless you're saying Cam Coleman purposely fumbled.
Would that be point shade?
Out of the realm of possibility?
I don't know.
I don't think that's the case. But the refs are awfully sus at this point.
Super, super sus. My son-in-law's take on the game was the same as our YouTuber, like literally the same. He was like, that was not great, but
it was the least
I
eventful
enjoyed-
Iron Bowl in a while.
yeah,
It was a good game though.
I may or may not have napped through some of it.
I had to wake Jared up in the fourth quarter.
You
was
did?
like, it's tied. Let's go.
Wake
And he was like, yeah. But I have so much more to say on Auburn. Can we talk about it when we come back?
We can.
Or are we
I
going
have
to get roasted for
I have
talking?
a question.
Oh, you have a question?
Mm-hmm.
I got a question. Okay. Well, we're going to take another break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I am Amy Beth Shaver with the Allison Sinclair and JP. And before we get to your miraculous montage, thoughts on the Auburn situation?
Well, in total Auburn fashion, it is a mess. I don't know why we expect things to be different. It's the definition of insanity. You keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and dropping balls and can't make tackles and an AD that apparently doesn't exactly know what he's doing and boosters that can't stay out of the way. I heard that, they said that Summerall backed out because of booster involvement and several people called him. But
Yeah.
I heard that's actually not what happened.
What happened?
That he was coming here. He had all but signed on the dotted line, but he wanted to announce on Friday. And Auburn said no, because if Durkin had won the Iron Bowl, they were going to keep Durkin for like half the price.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So Summerall ripped up the contract, said, deuces, I'm going to Florida. And then they started panicking, which I think is kind of true, because then if you read Goulash, Goulash said he didn't get the call till like 1 in the morning, which means he really wasn't expecting it.
He was gonna go to Arkansas, but then apparently Arkansas leaked his name before he signed, and it pissed him off. And that's when he kind of opened himself up to other possibilities. But I will say this: Golich is a great hire. Summerall would have been a home run hire. Summerall would have been like an A+ hire. I'd give Golich like an A- hire. He's still a very, very good coach. I think he'll be much, much better than Hugh Freeze, but Summerall was the guy. So I think Florida got a really good coach in Summerall too.
But is it still true, nonetheless, that Auburn does have boosters that do think they know how to coach football?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that will ever change? I mean, do their wives not love them enough to say, you really don't know anything about football? Just give them the money and let them coach, because things haven't gone well for a while.
It won't change unless some people with a lot of money get out of the booster/board.
And look, I understand you're giving money. You want to have a say in where your hard-earned cash goes. However, I would think, and remember, we have children there. Auburn is a very special place to us. You would think, though, that after a while you go, you know what? Maybe I should just let the coach. Maybe.
Well, there were rumors, and all these are rumors, so who knows if they're true or not. But the original rumor was that Auburn wasn't going to let Summerall come in and do whatever he want with the coach's staff, that they wanted Durkin to stay and probably some others to stay, and weren't going to give Summerall full, ownership of what he was going to do. And that's why he didn't come. I don't know. There's probably a little bit of truth in every report rumor, but probably not the whole truth. But it's, I mean, whoever's upset about Golich doesn't know what they're talking about, but whiffing on Summerall when he's from Alabama is pretty bad.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think there's some John Cohen issues too. I think he is probably not the best for that position. I'm picking up he's maybe a little liberal and a little out of his league. I don't think he really knows what he's.
Oh dear.
Maybe he's good enough for Mississippi State, but I don't think he's good enough for Auburn.
Well, Summerall's from Huntsville, obviously, and I know someone who knows Summerall pretty well, and he was saying how, I guess Cohen was the AD when Summerall was like an assistant coach or something at Kentucky. And apparently Summerall really does not like Cohen. Yeah. I don't know how true that is, but that's what the rumor is. But rumors, everybody's got sources. Everybody's got reports.
Here we are. And I hope that this means that Auburn is reset and good things will come, because I heard the same thing. We lived in Florida for a couple of years, and I hear that this Goulash, Golesh. Goulash. I don't say goulash to be funny. Okay. I just didn't know. But I hear that people really like him, but more than that, they respect him. And you can do a lot when people respect you. So here's hoping.
He almost beat Saban, and then he came to Bryant Denny and almost beat DeBoer.
Let's go.
I think he's legit.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, he is actually from Russia. I thought that
know.
was a joke.
No,
Like his
he is.
parents are from Russia.
hmm
Did he live in Russia at all? Does he have a cool Russian accent?
I think he was born there.
I think he was.
I think
I
he
don't know
was
how
born
long he
there.
lived there,
S-
but
He's a
Quick.
ginger.
I need
It's the
to.
weirdest
He
thing.
is.
He's a ginger, and they look Irish.
Mhm.
Irish.
Look, my son-in-law's a ginger. So is my
But-
baby girl. So,
We're starting the whole communist thing.
oh dear, Allison.
Yeah.
All
I don't
right.
know. I think it's probably the perfect hire, honestly, because you either had to go, and this is just my opinion, take it for what it's worth. You either had to go like Saban, somebody big,
Some are all big.
or I think you had to go bigger than that, or you had to go like the Brett Lashley, like the
Mhm.
guy that works behind the scenes and is really good, but nobody knows, but can get it done.
Mm.
Always those random coaches that come out of nowhere. You're like, never even heard your name, but they just start. And so I'm hoping that's what this is, but we'll see. Auburn gonna Auburn, Lane gonna Lane.
That's the story.
Y'all.
Holy crap.
Okay.
Typical Lane Kiffin. He hadn't changed one bit.
I'm so sad. I defended him. I thought
Everybody-
he had changed.
Everybody, including my mom, who loves Kiffin, was saying he's a different guy than back then. He's better now, and he just proved nope. Well, I don't blame him. He had to do what he had to do. A lot of it's the college football schedule, but still, Lane gonna Lane.
Lane gonna Lane.
Yeah. I just come on. Well, I here's a problem. The whole thing with NIL, kids can leave, coaches can leave, nobody's committed to anything. Do what you got to do. Who in their right mind is going to walk away from that amount of money? I mean, that's like a lot of money. I know some people are like, "Oh, I would not do that." Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you would. But I think the system is broken, and that's part of the
Yeah.
problem.
I think they need to put, and I think Saban was the one that was talking about this. They need to put like dead periods on when coaches can leave.
Yep.
Yeah.
That whole thing, just like
100%.
with the players, because this is just getting ridiculous. And then you throw some John Cohens in there who you're playing against the system, you're playing against a lot of money, and you start making really bad decisions, and it's not fair to the kids. Of course, the kids don't really care. I mean, I've heard, did y'all hear that Lane Kiffin has already poached Ryan Williams from Alabama?
I don't think that's true.
You don't think that's true?
Nah.
But they're just
I
going to
don't
go.
know.
But why did Ryan not play? I mean,
The reason Ryan didn't play is because Brooks has played much better this year. That's the truth. Yeah.
You think so? You don't
Mm.
think it's because he said, I'm leaving and I'm
Mm.
not going to. So then they're like, well, we're not going to play you anymore.
No, I mean, Ryan would have had to play slot, and he wasn't playing very well. He had a lot of drops, wasn't running
He
routes
did.
very
That's
well.
true.
Brooks has been legit all year. So I really think he's gotten outplayed. I think that's the truth of it.
Unless Kiffin poached him.
Well,
We'll know soon. We'll know soon.
I will say, I know we got to get to our montage, but I will say this about Kiffin and all the ESPN guys who were on Jimmy Sexton's payroll who were saying, Ole Miss has got to let him finish out the year. You got to let him finish what you started.
Mm.
So you're going to let Lane Kiffin, who goes to one of your rivals, I'm going to leave this year to go to LSU. So will you let me hang around the facility for another month or so and talk to the coaches, talk to the players, sweet talk them to come to LSU. So then when I do leave, they can all come with. Like, no, get out. Why would you do that?
right.
All the people are like, you got to let him finish what he started. It's like, no, you're going to another school. You're leaving. Bye. See ya. Like, I don't get the people who are saying Ole Miss should have let him finish. That's
That
just
was
ridiculous.
champagne wishes and caviar dreams. That's what
No.
that was. Don't let the door split you.
Mm.
Okay. Just get going. Bye-bye. I
And
agree
apparently
with you.
the school, and I think that's what's so disappointing, whether it's NIL with kids or this merry-go-round of coaching, there's zero loyalty. And apparently the Ole Miss boosters administration had covered for Lane for a lot of stuff that we didn't know.
The Lanestein files have been coming out.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Are we saying that Lane still loves the ladies?
Mhm.
Y'all, I'm
Okay. Okay.
this is just what I heard. This is just for entertainment value. I don't know anything, but I heard that there are like college girl pregnancies and abortions involved and all this kind of stuff.
Allegedly?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
A source.
Which
Sure.
could
Okay.
totally not be true. But I'm just saying, after the way he acted and has shown his fanny once again, I thought the old man was dead. new man had come and arrived, but I'm not so sure.
How about when people tell you who they are, we should believe them.
But grace
I
and
know.
redemption.
But
God
I
is
get
bigger.
you. We wanted to believe that. Didn't we all want to believe that?
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to believe it.
Yeah.
Man, it
We
was
love a
not
good
true.
redemption story.
We do love a good redemption story, except that looks like an immediate change life. I knew somebody to ask about the Ole Miss situation, and I'm going to ask today. I'm just saying.
And just dawned on me, doesn't his little daughter's boyfriend play at LSU?
Yeah.
Is he a senior though? Will he be gone?
No, I think he'll actually still be there.
Oh, they may magically find a redshirt year for him, or he wasn't in college in COVID, but they can make something. Look, at this point, it is whatever you want it to be when it comes to college sports, especially for men.
For sure.
Lane, we were rooting for you.
Dang it, Lane. Come on. Scoundrel.
Now watch Golding
Allegedly.
take Ole Miss to the national championship.
I'm wishing him well.
There
Yes.
was
Did they hire him like permanent?
Yeah, he's
Okay,
the permanent
okay,
head
good.
coach. So so they actually made the players turn in their phones before going into the meeting, but somebody still snuck in like a camera recorder or something
course
of
they
the
did.
meeting. And let's just say it was pretty fired up of Lane left, Golding's your guy. Golden didn't leave you. Golding wants to be here. So now let's go show Lane and win a national championship, pretty much. And all the players were leaving and saying that it was the Golding era now, and they were. So I think you got a pissed off Ole Miss front office and players that want to show Lane something. So I think Golding can be a great coach at Ole Miss, but it'd be funny if Lane left. LSU is actually still going to pay him his playoff incentives from Ole Miss's contract. So each round that Ole Miss makes, LSU is going to pay Lane what Ole Miss would have paid Lane. So it's pretty crazy. Lane's still going to get a bag if Ole Miss goes far.
Is this a next LSU Ed Ogeron
Mr. Bobby Boucher,
mistake?
we're going to play down on the bayou.
Let's just say.
Because I mean, do you think they're regretting it? This is a mess.
No, Lane's going to do really well there. I think if you just know what game you're playing when you get Lane, like he's probably going to leave in a disastrous fashion. It's probably going to get ugly, but
you're going to win.
When it's fun, and it's going to be a wild ride.
Which is the perfect place for Lane. The only person that I hate for them, if all these things are true and have happened, is his family.
Yeah.
You don't get a do-over with that. So I hope it's not as bad as people say, but no, okay. All right.
I think it's time for a break.
I think it's time for a break.
How did that
and
happen
your
so fast?
miraculous montage when we
we'll
come
do
back.
the montage on the other
All right.
side.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. So right before the montage, JP, you said we had a couple of texts or no?
Yeah, we got a couple of
Yes.
texts. We got Scott from Somerville says, have they calculated the new coach's payout yet? I assume he's talking about Golish. Golish contract at Auburn. Let's see. According to reports, he signed a 6-year deal that is worth $7.4 million per year. So do the math on that.
I think if he wins 12 games.
Oh yeah, there are some incentives.
Yeah.
I saw.
But I mean, that's so he's just already planning on his exit. I kind of appreciate it.
And why not?
We got TC from Priceful says it's ridiculously easy to make fresh cranberry sauce from the bags of real cranberries, and it's delicious.
Okay, I need to explore that space.
What, some sugar?
Boil
Yeah, I
it
guess
like
so.
you would
Boil
do
it.
for a cherry pie, basically. I don't know. I'll look into it.
Chris from Huntsville says, JP, maybe the NCAA should change the time window so coaches and players don't have to bail out before the end of the season if you make the postseason. Yeah, the schedule needs to change because the first signing window or first signing day, I think, is this Wednesday. So that's why there was such a deadline on Lane to make his decision so quickly. I agree. Schedule needs to change. A lot of things in college football need to change, but I don't know. It's just unfortunate timing that made this so ugly. But Lane, he's still Lane, so I think his brashness made it even more ugly. But
Is this just his brand? Kind of like Feinbaum built, his brand on people hating him.
I think this is just his personality. Yeah, he's just a brash guy. I mean, we saw how he left all his other schools. So
Did you see him go up to that guy and say,
yes, I did.
You call me
He
a hoe?
wasn't wrong.
He wasn't. Apparently, a reporter had written somewhere that like you can't make a housewife out of a hoe.
Oh my word!
Talking about Lane. So Lane saw him as he was walking into the stadium, and he turned around with his security and went up to the guy and said, "Call me a hoe to my face,"
Mm-hmm.
and then walked off. And then all this happened. So we're like,
well, apparently
you're basically a hoe.
He actually apparently called that guy afterwards to apologize, and both of them apologized to each other.
That's lame.
Okay, well, all right.
But the real funny story was. We can just go down this segment. I think what's better than a montage on the other side. Marty Smith, who was at the at the facility nonstop. People were worried about him, like they need to do a wellness check because he was just standing there the whole time, like the announcement is imminent. I'm hearing, but he even said on SEC Network that he texted Lane and said, "Will there be an announcement tonight? Please, God in heaven, tell me yes, so I can go home."
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh my word! I mean, they delayed, but I think you're right. The whole sports atmosphere needs to change. The NIL has screwed it over. And so I know that we're all upset for the way that he left, but if you can do that to your team or you have to leave your team, we need to rethink how this whole wild west of college athletics is done. And then the problem is there's so much sports betting money going on with it as well that now you've introduced, I mean, it's always gone on, but now it's public.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's everybody's into it. Now, like at Temple and other schools, point shaving, all the things, NBA, all of it, like the money without any sort of morality has turned something fun into something that's devastating. And I don't know if it can change, but I think the coaching window needs to shorten. I think the portal window for all sports needs to shorten, perhaps even go to 1 instead of 2. I think that you really have to relook at what your purpose is. Is it to grow men? Is it to grow women? Is it to fatten their bank account? Like, what is it? Money's always changed hands, always. But we were a moral people once, and now we're not. And now it's the Wild West. And so Lane Kiffin is not any different than anybody else at all. He's just doing what everybody else is doing. We just know about it because he's so high profile. And darn it, young girls think he's really cute. So that's also a problem.
I don't know if our listeners know how you know this so well.
Oh, well, my son plays college basketball and he started out at UNC. And so going through the recruiting situation with the schools we went through was a whole thing. And my eyes were very open to the way things actually are. We played a lot of travel basketball for a phenomenal group of people, actually honest people wanted to play for Pro 1 because of Danny and his team. He was my husband's roommate in college, and they played basketball at Birmingham Southern for Dwayne Reball. So basketball is in the blood, but to go through the recruiting process and looking at these kids and looking at the money and looking at the opportunities, Chris and I talked about it this weekend. If they can leave, coaches can leave, and we ought not be surprised by it all. It's just, what are we going to do from here to change? Because we all say we hate it. Okay, fine. What are you going to do to change it? That's what we really need to focus on.
Talk about seeing it all at Chapel Hill.
Oh,
There's-
good Lord.
And I'm sure you hear stories from other teams. It's got to be crazy.
Yeah, it is.
So that's why we're all kind of passionate about this, because we have people that have been involved in this new system, and it's not working so well.
No.
It's leaving lots of terrible things in its wake. But we got to take a break. We'll be back with lots of news, montage. We've got National Guard update. We've got lots going on. So we'll see you on the other side.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm JP here alongside Allison and Amy Beth from the Treehouse. Have we formally called it the Treehouse, like publicly?
Maybe one time.
The Treehouse Gang.
The Treehouse Gang. Well, we got a JP's Miraculous Monster Miracle montage. I think that's all of them. But first, I got to tell you about Stan McDonald. Attorney Stan McDonald, who is a partner at the law firm of Wilmer and Lee out of Huntsville. He's a 30-year veteran, and not only will Stan advocate and fight for your legal needs and rights, but he has been an absolute warrior for causes near and dear to our Rightside Ruffian community. Attorney Stan McDonald has represented his clients in literally thousands of real estate transactions over the years, and when Stan McDonald is on your side, you will have no greater friend, and likewise, your adversary will have no greater foe. So Attorney Stan McDonald, here's his phone number, 256-533-0202. That's Stan McDonald, 256-533-0202, and tell him you heard about it on Rightside Radio. And no representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. And now it's time to stand by for news.
Black for news.
I saw you about to throw down here in the middle of the street.
Hey, man, listen. These people hate our country. They hate everything we stand for. We have to oppose them everywhere they go, all right? Black or white. If you're a Christian in this country, these people hate your way of life. They oppose your existence. We can no longer allow this.
See, I'm an Iraq and Afghanistan veteran. I was 22 years old when those planes flew into those buildings, and me and thousands of other young men across this country answered the call to go over there and combat this evil that was on our shores. What we were told over and over again is that we go over there and we fight them over there, we will not have to fight them here. We're seeing entire communities being taken over by the very people that we fought to keep off of our shores.
The terrorist attack that happened in Washington, D.C., and the bigger threat of unvetted individuals coming in from Afghanistan and other places around the world, honestly, because the Biden administration. And what are we going to do now? A lot of Americans are furious by what happened to our National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C., and they should be furious because this was predictable.
Now that I am no longer a teacher, thank God, I can finally say the things that have been on my mind all school year. The way that stuff is going now, the amount of kids that are going to come into these schools and they cannot read, they cannot write, they cannot do anything without AI.
I'm going to read you exactly what he posted. He said, quote, any document signed by Sleepy Joe Biden with the Autopen, which was approximately 92% of them, is hereby terminated and of no further force or effect.
92%?
I mean, what?
Where was
Okay.
he? What are the rules for Autopen? That you can use it, but people have to sign off on it? Or
I believe the rules are it can be used, but there has to be a verbal or written like approval from the president. Like, okay, I'm okaying this to be auto-penned. I think with a lot of Biden stuff, there was not. I think whoever had the auto-pen was the president at the time. So I believe that is the rule. You know, if you're going to sign any formal like executive order or something like that, there needs to be written or verbal approval from the president to do so.
When did the Autopen begin to be used?
I don't know. That's a good question. Let's see.
because it just seems like an all-around bad idea.
Let's see. When did the Autopen start being used for presidents?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to do some more research on this.
I mean, because that betrays everything the Democrats, I'm sorry, that's who it was that told it. Like, do you ever get tired? I get tired of saying it was the Democrats or it was the Republican. We live in a political world. And so this is the hand we've been given. But it was the Democrats who told us there's nothing wrong with him. He's fine. I saw no evidence of decline. Everything's great. What are you looking at? There's nothing to see here. So if we find out that the Autopen was used basically for the whole time that he was
92%
president,
of the time.
So when did that start? Like a month after he became president? I don't know. But do you realize how much that undoes with what they did and who are they? And should they not be arrested?
Here's my question, because probably most of, and this is the problem with ruling by executive order, it's not efficient. It's not the way we were supposed to run this country. But why didn't, because Donald Trump could have come in, auto pen or not, and just been like, we're not doing this anymore. Done with those executive orders. So why didn't he do that? Why does it have to be auto pen?
I don't know. I'm sure there's because they were claiming to do like an investigation on the auto pen and everything months ago. So I guess they would have to prove that, Biden did not give approval with certain stuff that we use with the auto pen. If they have evidence that that's the case, then it'd be pretty easy. But I don't know. It may just be the case that the evidence is not there, and it's not the auto pen in general. Like, the auto pen has a purpose. My family got a written letter from Trump when my grandfather died. It was like here's a grateful nation to your veteran. And I mean, I'm sure that was signed with an auto pen. The question or the problem is executive orders and pardons. That's the big one. Pardons,
pardons are huge.
that are signed with the auto pen. How hard is it to get the president out of his bed to just sign a pardon?
Well, and this may have already been stated in the media. It was a holiday weekend, so I only half paid attention. But was the auto pen used to sign the temporary protected orders for all of the illegals?
That's the thing. Like,
I mean, we really need to do a deep dive in this whole thing. But then beyond that, who are we going to hold accountable? Because here we are yet again with another story. We can talk about COVID, and perhaps we'll talk about that tomorrow with the information that's coming out about the mRNA and all the horrible things that happened as a result, and the children that died, and on and on. Okay, that's like in the news, fact, there it is. But here we are with the auto pen story. Here we are wondering, when did it exactly start? How many people did he pardon? How many people were brought into the country under temporary protected status, allowed to vote, do their thing? Who are we going to hold accountable? Because if not, we're just talking about something that they're not going to do anything about. I think that's the frustration, isn't it? That most Americans feel is, I don't care what side you're on. If you have a pulse and you go, that's probably wrong. Like, that probably shouldn't have happened. How are we going to hold these people accountable? And this earphone won't stand. It's fine.
It really should. If there is a legal way to use auto pen for executive orders and pardons and things, there should be a record of, okay, these people witnessed, or verbally him saying or him signing at least one document that says, I am giving permission for these pardons or whatever. If you can't come up with that, I would say everything is null and void. But I think the genius of this whole scheme, and the Democrats knew what they were doing, is that I don't know how you pin it on anybody.
Mhm.
There's so many people in his orbit. There's so many people that you could say, well, no, I mean, that department was dealing with that, and she and he and they and it and whatever. And you just kind of shuffle it around, and it would be really hard to go back and actually pinpoint.
Mhm.
I think the best we can probably hope for is that these 92% actually are wiped off and we deal with it. But again, I don't know why Trump wouldn't just do it anyway.
Mhm.
That's the whole point. That's why we're working so hard to codify a lot of these things that Trump has put in an executive order, which I'm all for using. I mean, again, we play to win. We use the tools that we have been given that are legal
Mhm.
to fight the fight. But if you really want lasting results, you've got to codify these things. So I think this is a great Trump over the weekend. I don't know if it's like all of everybody coming after him for Susie Wiles and Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, but he went just balls to the wall this weekend in his tweets.
2016 Trump. Yeah.
That's exactly what it felt like. I was like, dang, this is such a roller coaster with him. It's like it's up and down. Cause this weekend I was like, yes, he's back.
That's exactly what I was saying. I was like, are we back? But it's kind of a segue into the big story of the National Guard situation in DC. I think the day before Thanksgiving. I think after that, I think he was given full reign. I mean, he was full out saying every Afghan in America out. and remigration is the only answer.
Right.
And I'm sure there were a lot of people, may or not be in his administration right now, that were a little upset with that. Maybe they were losing some of their cheap labor, but it's like, yeah, you've been given full reign. All the Afghans that came over, specifically from the Biden withdrawal, that are here right now and just killed one National Guardsman and the other one is still recovering. Like, they need to go. They're not compatible with Western civilization. So I think when tragic situations like that, so I'm not trying to say like, you got your reason, but I think that was sort of ammo for him to say, nah, they need to go. Look what they're doing. They're literally killing our National Guard. So I think it's great for him to say it's like, yes, but I want to start seeing these people go out.
I think you combine that with what is going on in Minnesota and all that was discovered over the last week or so, and then this precious young woman being murdered, and perhaps the young man waking up. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's getting a little bit
Says
better.
he's currently awake and responsive.
That's
so
great. Which is unbelievable. I think you've got a storm that is right, but I want to tell you about a podcast I listened to after the break that I want everybody to go and listen to, that has everything to do with the incompatibility of the Muslim believers in this country. It was a game changer for me, and I think that you will enjoy it and gain from it. But I also think it's a conversation we need to have, because Trump is right. They need to be returned to their home country and never allowed back, ever, without question.
I mean, that National Guard, she was literally the age of my little sister. So you think about it, puts it into perspective. When I saw that, I was like, I can't imagine.
Absolutely.
The day before Thanksgiving?
No. And and it was, she asked to do that. What a hero. But how tragic. Awful.
I think I'm here. I'm here for this Trump that apparently is making a return. So I really want to talk about, I've got some statistics too, which go along with some of what's happening in Minnesota, the disturbing facts of the Muslim faith. And I know you've got a lot you want to talk about with the podcast. So when we come back, we will explore that topic further. But you're listening to Rightside Radio. We'll be back on the other side.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. And we are on a topic that is, I listened to a podcast over break, and it was by guys that Allison and I have listened to before, the Just Thinking guys, Daryl Harrison and Virgil Walker. And it is one of the most life-changing, enlightening, terrifying podcasts I've ever listened to. I think we all know a little bit, and some of you know a lot about Islam, but the title of the podcast is called Political Islam. And I cannot encourage every single person listening or watching, I beg you, listen to this podcast. The Just Thinking guys are known for what they call turning pages. They bring the receipts. The conversation that they had was unbelievable. And it is a very long podcast. They're the style of Joe Rogan. It's going to be about 3 hours. But it is chock full of information. And when I was done listening, my takeaway, well, there was a couple. One of them is what they said at the beginning. Naivete is not a spiritual gift.
It's very convenient, though.
And I'm like, yeah, it is convenient. It is convenient to practice the third way and just pretend that we don't need to know what's going on and everything will be fine and Jesus is coming back and who cares what happens. But the problem is we're responsible for our communities. And so they did a deep dive without hyperbole, only into the facts of Islam and only into what we're looking at. And there were 5 deep topics that they talked about for 3 hours. And we need to understand that because wherever Islam settles in, and Muslims are those who practice Islam, the Islamic faith, they never, ever, ever, ever leave. I had to go back to about the 8th century to find people who pushed back against Islam and defeated it. A guy by the name of Charles Martel with the Franks, way back when. Martel, meaning the hammer, is the name that he gained by way of how he made the Islamic faith, the Muslims retreat back in the day. But you guys, we cannot be naive about their plans. They're telling us what their plans are. This is not hyperbolic. This is, they see no borders. They see no boundaries. They are not bound to anything except their faith. And in their faith, their goal is Sharia law in every single circumstance. So when they come to your community and want a center, or they want a school, or they want to come in and start little by little, they have a 100-year plan. And we're stuck wondering if we should actually care. We should care. Yes, we share our faith with them at the same time. But more than that, you have to understand this is war. This is not, I don't say that lightly. But, there are 50 countries where Islam is practiced. There's plenty of space for those who are adhering to that religion to go. But look at what is happening in Dearborn in the clip that JP played. Look at what's going on in Texas. Look at what's going on with the Somali population in Minnesota. This is not a joke. We are not kidding around. Every part of our way of life will be gone. The Islamic faith is incompatible with freedom. There is no freedom. If it takes root and it takes over, our freedoms are completely gone. Please don't make any mistake about what their goal is. They're not mistaken. There is no neutral territory at all. Please, I beg you, go and listen to the Just Thinking podcast, Political Islam. Share it with every single person you know. And then we've got to talk about what we're going to do to figure out how we can make sure that we maintain our freedom. I'm telling you, that our way of life is completely dependent on what we do next. It's in our hands right now. We've got to do something while we have time. It's not a joke.
I think you need to take us out after that. That was good.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. Abs is having issues.
Big time. Like not even, I'm probably not even going to listen to these dadgum headphones.
Can
but
you
anyway.
hear though?
Yeah, I can hear great.
Okay.
The
You can hear.
It's crisp, clear, and magnificent.
But it's just not.
It's not working. It's fine. Allison.
You look kind of professional though, when you're on stage and you've got like 100,000 people watching your concert and they start messing with their little monitor thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're like, oh, that's what cool people do.
They know stuff.
Yeah. You look very official.
Clearly I don't. Allison, you said something important.
I did. It doesn't happen often, but I came across this. Wall Street Apes posted this yesterday, and I just thought it was interesting because there's the very practical side of what happens in a society, and y'all are going to be so mad at me and offended as our ticker goes by and says, if we offend you, we're sorry. Actually, maybe we're not. We just hope we can still be friends. So I'm sorry if this offends you, but I'm really not, because this is just statistics. Okay. These are numbers. You can be mad at numbers, but that makes you stupid.
She said that.
I
agree with it.
I said it.
All right, go.
So Muslims, can marry their first cousins. That's not just an Alabama thing.
Oh, I know what you're about to read. Y'all need to listen up to what she's about to read.
And Ilhan Omar, apparently, that's her brother, though, right?
Mm-hmm, it's her brother.
Just weird.
Which is acceptable.
And if you've
apparently.
ever seen pictures in some of these Muslim family homes, the children, it is devastating to look at the kids that are bedbound. They're lying on a floor. They are all severely disabled, mentally handicapped, probably can't walk. I mean, it's really tragic. But here are the statistics of IQ levels in Muslim countries. And this is, if you think I'm not even joking, but we have a real problem as these numbers increase in the United States. This exceptional country will no longer be exceptional. It's just biology. It's just genetics. You can't marry and breed with your cousin and have healthy children, people, adults that contribute well to society come out. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at God. Okay. Pakistan, 65% first cousin marriage rate. 65%, average IQ of 81. 70 and below is considered mentally retarded. 100 is average. Okay. 81. Saudi Arabia, 58% first cousin marriage rate. Average IQ 76. Yemen, 45% cousin marriage rate. Average IQ 62. These are entire countries. The average IQ in Yemen, 62. That means average. Walk down the street. Your average person that you pass is mentally retarded. Can you say that word?
You can.
If
Trump
they
just
are,
said it.
Disabled.
I mean, that's just what it is.
Okay. Yeah, Trump doubled down on that too, which is funny. Morocco, 67. Okay. I don't even know. Mauritania?
Yeah, that's right. Mauritania.
Mauritania?
Yeah, you're right.
Average IQ of 59. Afghanistan, 82. Algeria, 76. Y'all, this is not, I mean, this is just wrong in so many ways. And then you wonder why societies collapse, why you can't, it's poverty, because you literally are breeding unsuccessful. You're not even giving them a shot. You don't have a choice at this point. And so you look at the numbers of who's here and who is coming here. And there's a video that came out of a guy, very educated guy. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but he's talking about how much he hates America and that how stupid we are because we bring all these people in, him being a Muslim. And he was like, and we breed. We breed and we breed and we breed and we breed. And then we bring our grandparents over and we bring our cousins over and we bring our nieces and nephews and our whole family here. And then they breed. And so we are literally ushering in, and Lindsey Graham's little clip of him going, we've got to get these Afghan refugees here as soon as possible. We blah, 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 blah. We are ushering in our own demise.
So may I ask a question?
I would love for you to.
To that end, to
Yes.
your question, is what we're doing promoting human flourishing?
No, it's cruel. It's evil. It is wrong. It is wrong.
So, isn't that the standard? Will this promote human flourishing? If we look at the countries, the 50 countries, actually 54, that are Muslim country or Islamic countries now, they fly that flag. How are those countries doing? How are they doing? Not
Iran.
Well, I mean, we got all the Somalians who love to come here. Which warlord in Somalia are they coming from? They don't even have a government. They're like in however many parts of a civil war. There's like 8 different factions of a civil war going in their country. So no, like even from the Islamic aspect and the inbreeding and such, like their governments are crap. How many times do we have to go over there and install democracy?
Exactly.
Fight their wars. It's ridiculous. But I mean, Islam to the T is not compatible with Western civilization. And Christians have the suicidal empathy of, Christians are getting the Bible twisted to them. Like, well, it says, how you should treat immigrants in your nation. This is what your Bible says. And then we go, oh, you're right. Sorry. And let them, come in, but then they impose their way of life. It's like the suicidal empathy got one National Guardsman that was 20 years old shot before Thanksgiving. So now there's an empty seat at a table of, family who their daughter was just going up to protect our nation's capital. And then another guy who's on a hospital bed is just now being able to talk. That's what the suicidal empathy got you. And that actually was a guy that was one of ours that was helping get rid of Americans, out of the Afghanistan withdrawal. We brought him over to protect one of our people. And he still did what he did. So it's to a T suicidal empathy. And Christians have to get a backbone and say, no, actually, America is a Christian nation. We're going to stay a Christian nation, and we're shutting off third world immigration for the time being until we get our crap together and get all of these people out.
Exactly. So the question, and these are some of the points that they went over in the podcast, but here's the deal. We can only look to England and know that your statistics are true. I mean, that's just numbers. That, just like you said, be mad at the numbers, but fine. This is reality. And reality is that there is a rape an hour in England right now. An hour. What percentage of social services are they using? A lot. I don't have the number in front of me. It is a shocking amount. I bet if you looked it up, you would be so disheartened. So here's what they talked about that's happening. The Muslim immigrants are overrunning communities. Again, does that meet the standard of human flourishing? Women and children are being assaulted at alarming rates. Does that meet the standard of human flourishing? Have you seen the clips of imams talking about the acceptability of marrying a girl that's 9?
I did see that.
You can have sex with a 9-year-old. It is not rape because she can get pregnant. What? Just go look it up for yourself. Does that meet the standard of human flourishing? What about praying in public like they did in NYC recently, or they're doing all over the country? Does that meet the standard of human flourishing, or is that an intimidation tactic? I think we know. How about mosques being built in the country at a record level? What's that going to do? Does that meet the standard of human flourishing? And then what about we cannot be bothered to run for elected office? We're still arguing over what men and women should be doing, and the Bible is very clear. But you know what else it's also clear about? Borders and boundaries. We can't even be bothered to run for office, or we run people who are corrupt for office. They're running for office because they have a plan. They've got 50 people in office right now. They'd like to have many more. We can't even be bothered, but they're running and they're winning. Does that meet the standard for human flourishing, that you want your women covered and at home just breeding, and you can go have at least 4 wives? You can taqiyya, you can lie for the sake of your faith. So whatever they say, they're going to say things tonight at the meeting. They will be lies. They're allowed to lie. But they believe men and women are born neutral or good. They do not think that the whole of humanity fell in the garden. They think Adam repented, and so the rest of us are okay. But they have no boundaries. They have no borders. This is not compatible with Western civilization. This is not compatible with human flourishing. Look at where it's landed and what's happened to those countries. They are not free. Also, I'm too old to wear all that head stuff. Okay. I am hot already. I'm sweating already. And I'm sorry, but on a like human level, why is it, women, and I need you women who think that this is okay, does it say somewhere in the Bible or in one of your books, you have 3 that you follow the trilogy, that you should be covered up? Why can the men walk around however they want and you're always walking behind and you're covered? Is that freedom? Because that is what we're looking at if we do not get our crap together and figure out what we're going to do. And we need to have started like 50 years ago.
That's I'm kind of laughing, but it's not funny. But how does the left and even some Republicans, how are we going to justify this raping 9-year-olds with the Me Too movement? It's so incompatible. They're not even making sense anymore. And the only thing I can come to is that this is a concerted globalist effort to take down anything that it's got to be spiritual. That's the only thing I can come up, because it's so evil. The spiritual component to this of just anti-God, anti-Jesus, anti-gospel, everything. And these people that are pushing this, how the statistics of IQ and cousin marriage, like how can you advocate for a religion that literally breeds that? It's cruel. It's evil. And if that is what you are pushing for, I have to think that that's what you are too. So bizarre what is happening and the people that are defending this. I don't know if we have that clip of Lindsey Graham, but anyway,
we can get it very quick.
Just of him, so anxious to get these Muslims, refugees in our country. What are you doing? What are you doing? And tonight, what Amy Beth was talking about in Hoover, there's a planning and zoning meeting because they want to move. Now, mind you, it's already here. It's already in Homewood, Alabama. So it's not like it's new, but they want to move the Islamic Academy of Alabama to North Shelby County. And there's a planning and zoning meeting for that tonight. But, it's in our backyards. It is in Ruby Red, Shelby County.
I'm just going to get the call to prayer on my phone that I heard when I went to Turkey.
It is coming to our backyard. And I know we've been talking about it a lot, but everything is really coming to a head. And I think we need to be prepared and we need to understand, like you said, we need to understand the basic things of separation of church and state, and that with the Muslims, there is none. But with Christians, it's not fair.
No, it's just, we just need to be sweet and
you
nice.
Can't hang those 10 commandments.
You guys stop. And by the way, another conversation for another day, but church teaching on this whole subject and just the Bible in general up until the 1850s with the Schofield Study Bibles and the Second Great Awakening and all that. I'm not going to go there.
Someday we'll have to.
We will go there. But please understand that our book is a swarthy book. It is a book filled with people with stories of God providing, but they were warriors. They had a weapon in one hand and a tool in the other. We are a thinking people. The Bible says, come, let us reason together. We come against that which comes against Christ. We are not wusses and wimps and mealy mouth, spineless jellyfish blobs of humans. That is not who we are. The enemy wants us to think that's who we are. That is not who we are. We're a freedom-loving people, and we're willing to maintain that freedom by doing what is necessary to keep the peace and to be free. We need to remember that again and go back to that so that we can remain as we are, which is in the best country in the world, the freest people. But right now that's under assault, and we've got to get it together.
You're such a racist.
I am terrible.
And that was so mean.
Oh, I'm really bad.
You need to repent during this break.
I should, Allison.
Shame.
I hang my... Oh, shame.
All right. Another break. Dadgummit. It's another break.
It just keeps interrupting our show.
All the things we have to do. Then we get interrupted. Hey, we'll be back. We've got lots more to cover. I can't even remember what, but I know there's something else in there that you don't want to miss. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Allison Sinclair with Amy Beth Shaver and JP. I hear we haven't even looked at the text line, but
We do have texts.
apparently we have some texts.
By the way, 833-687-4448 if y'all want to get in on the text line. Let's see. We got Jenkins from Sneed, Alabama. Said, on the personal level, how do we change course? A second crusade? Is standing up and saying no not going to be enough?
No.
I don't think so. I think this gets kind of
I'm not using these anymore.
heavy. This is we can either stop it now by going to the Hoover City Hall tonight and going to the planning and zoning meeting and speaking out against schools and office buildings. And you can't take the religion part as your argument, because everybody on planning and zoning, city council, they're all afraid of being racist and they will never hear that. So you have to circumvent that argument and you have to base it on traffic, or it's not a good use of office space. Either way, you have to be sly enough and slick enough and smart enough to know how to do this. And you keep them out that way. Or I think 50 years from now, we are in an all out, hands-on, throwing haymaker and folding chairs a la Montgomery Riverboat.
What happened to the chair? Where'd it go?
Where did the chair go?
Oh, where is the...
Somebody took the chair. Did
We
somebody
used to have a
steal our
folding chair.
Somebody stole the Montgomery
The
River
riverboat.
Trail.
Yeah. So I don't think that's enough.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, first off, it starts with you having your house in order and making sure that, because if your house is in disarray, then God can't really use you for his will. So it starts off with you personally, but then you have to get engaged with your circle around you, like stuff like this Muslim school situation. But being engaged politically, paying attention to who you're actually voting for. People like Lindsey Graham, who have an R by his name. I wonder how many of his constituents that voted for him are going to be happy about him saying that we need to bring in the Afghans. Like, just because somebody has an R by their name doesn't mean they're all about conservative values and the Christian values. So getting engaged and affecting your circle around you, educating others in your circle about, stuff like this, going to meetings or, public meetings about stuff like the Muslim school, like that is how you affect your inner circle around you. But also the macro, it takes deportations. Honestly.
It does.
That's, and you can't really affect that. But I mean, I guess in the long scheme, you getting engaged in politics, running for office, getting in positions of power to where you can affect stuff like that. But I mean, in the immediate term, you have to be, within God's will to affect what's around you. That's all you can do. And then pray for America.
I really think to add on to that is, we used to think, well, we're just going to run for the big offices like the Senate and the House. Please understand the county commission, the planning and zoning board, the school board, even
Library
your local
boards.
HOA, the library board are critical. We respect those offices, the big ones. Of course, they're respectable. But the little ones that you think, oh, that's of no account, actually, that's where it all happens. They are the executive assistant of all the other things. And who do we know runs offices? The executive assistant. She or he knows it all. That's where you want to be engaged.
It's true. JP, what are we doing when we come back?
Autopen? We kind of briefly
did.
touched on that.
Autopen.
We did. Okay. And AI in schools, which I think is actually a huge deal.
It's a big deal. Let's do that.
All right. You're listening to Rightside Radio. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. And we have a little second helping of news for you after we finish our text and after we finish one more story in our montage, which has to do with AI, schools, and students. And then there's the second helping. And this one is a doozy. JP, we need some music for the second helping, and I don't know what that should be. So I'm going to let you use your miraculous mind on the fly. You got like maybe a segment to figure that one out.
Well,
I already know you're on it because you're a genius.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Okay, thanks.
Second helping reminds me of family holidays, which then I go to Christmas Vacation because we watch it every Christmas. I wonder if there's a
movie.
line out of that. Like, oh, he's just yakking on a bone. That'd be good.
There's another line we probably can't use from the
No.
movie. Yeah.
What is that?
Oh,
Something
boy.
being full.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that would be good.
That's
No.
funny.
That's funny.
Or when they're in the store and he just, what is it, Alpo beef, and he just keeps throwing the dog food on the shopping cart. Well, thanks for asking. Anyway.
I don't know, Margot. So good. Anyway, okay. So text. What else we got? I'm a little nervous. We've covered some controversial things.
Well, let's see here. Okay, we got Michael from Moulton. It says, Michael from Moulton, been really enjoying the show. And he says, what baffles me, like all the rest of us, I'm sure, is all the Democrat politicians being asked about Trump's reaction to the National Guard attack. How can they say with a straight face it's a desperate attempt to blame it along with everything on Biden? Democrats are the largest group of people on the planet that can create a mess and then wonder why it needs to be cleaned up while pretending they don't realize that, all caps, they made the mess. Shaking my head.
Mm.
Yeah, that's, there was some narrative that the Trump administration like extended this guy's, I don't even remember the DC terrorist attack, his name, but there's a narrative by the left that the Trump administration actually extended his stay, which, it's complete deflection from the point that he was here in the first place. And it wasn't a white straight male that did the attack. So of course they're going to deflect to point Trump. It doesn't fall in line with their narrative, but that whole attack it's gross. But then there's also the left that's saying, well, if Trump didn't send the National Guard there, that wouldn't have happened in the first place. Like, well, that actually just proves that they needed to be there in the first place. That just proves how safe or unsafe DC is. So
calling John Fetterman. John Fetterman, we are calling you to offer a bit of advice for your party, please. Because you're exactly right.
They're too busy calling for sedition.
You're right. They made the mess. They want to clean up the mess. They want to pretend the mess doesn't exist. To me, right now, not always, it is a very obtuse group of people. Okay. But John Fetterman, please. Every once in a while, he just like throws a wisdom bomb in there.
Well, I'm starting to not like him. But I have a question.
We go back and forth on him, though. You're right.
I have a question, and this is kind of embarrassing. And so it's a little insight into my brain. And I'm hoping that I'm not wrong, that this actually happened. But remember, it was the holidays and you're like in and out, you're watching football, you're watching parades, and you're making food, and you're not really wholly paying attention to everything. Sometimes I do try and kind of tap out.
Allison,
go ahead.
What?
Was the attacker naked?
Oh yeah, he got strip searched.
Oh, okay. So he was on a stretcher with no clothes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was real.
So he got stabbed by
Okay. I thought maybe my head made
No,
that up.
that was real. He got stabbed by one of the other National Guardsmen there, and so they strip searched him, and that's why he was on a stretcher going to the ambulance.
So he's bleeding out, and you're like, "Oh, we got to strip him down."
Yeah, when they had to make sure he didn't have any other weapons on him or what,
or like a bomb,
or a bomb. Yeah,
and we're gonna get in it. Oh.
It was probably another humiliation tactic to.
But he looked like, you know.
A pillow?
Like, well, I was thinking, remember when we did the naked guys on the bicycles?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He looked like he was wearing something from an LGBTQ IA 666.
Oh, dear.
I couldn't figure out exactly what he had on. And I think I was just walking by, and I never went back to kind of confirm what I thought I saw, but it looked a little weird. It didn't look like he just had on his tidy whities.
Oh, Allison.
I don't know.
No.
But
I'm like you. And I see the picture at first and I think, well, that was brave of him.
Like, I kind of thought
Before
maybe
I
he was a
knew
furry, but I don't
all
think
of the
Muslims do
things that were
furries.
going on. And then I realized, oh my gosh, he's a murderer. But when you see him strip searched, you instantly think, what is going on?
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
at
you're
least
not
I didn't
wrong.
make that up.
You're not wrong. It was
Okay.
a very odd circumstance.
We got Chris from Stare at Alabama says, thank you for the plug for the Just Thinking podcast. I just subscribed. Virtual Walker is great. And if more Christians would listen to people like him, Vadi Bakum and Paul Wasser, I believe our churches would be much stronger.
Yes, I hope you enjoy it. I really do.
Paul Bryant from Athens, Alabama says the Hoover meeting should be treated as an attempt to establish an Islamic principality.
Ooh. You know what? He's not wrong.
Jenkins from Sneed, Alabama says, is there a way we could legally deport all the Muslims? Could we designate Islam a terrorist cult and start deporting? Well, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them here that shouldn't be here in the first place. So get all the illegal ones out, and I think that's pretty easy. And then go from there. That is the easy day one fix. Just shut off the immigration hose and then get the ones that are illegally out, and stop letting these lobbyists that want their cheap foreign labor influence you out.
Exactly.
So
Afuera.
Afuera.
Is what? So Trump designated the Muslim Brotherhood a terrorist organization. What sets them apart?
I guess they're a secular, you can easily see Muslim Brotherhood because they're like a distinct secular organization. I guess when you say Islam, that's a little more shady and
You could be
hard
a
to
Sunni or a Shia or whatever.
more shady and
Yeah.
more abstract. Whereas Muslim Brotherhood is more easy to pinpoint. But I mean that one's pretty easy to designate them as terrorists. Just look at their track record. But I think, like I said, shutting off all third world immigration, which Trump actually said is going to happen and is permanent, and then actually get the illegal ones here out. And instances like the Somalian fraud in Minnesota, there's so many low hanging fruit to go after it and use that as your way in to get them out. They just have to be done. Take advantage of them.
Yeah.
And is it true that the Lutheran church organizations in Minnesota are getting paid $2,300 per Somali immigrant?
I think I saw something
Asylum
about
seeker?
that. I didn't look into it, but I saw something about that.
So Meg Basham on X has been posting about that. She's got a lot of good info, and it's also in her book Shepherds for Sale that she talks about not just the Lutherans but other organizations that were, quote, faith-based.
Wasn't it the Catholic was I not supposed to say that?
No.
Oh, okay.
It is in our suicidal, empathetic selves that have decided that this is what we should do, and yet they're making bank off of what they're doing while pretending to do good, and they're not. But it wasn't just one organization. There's many, Open Table, all these sweet, syrupy, sweet, fellowshipy organizations that were ushering in people that they said they wanted to help, and maybe they did, but not only are they going to make money off of them, and they are, but they are with people that want to hurt us and care nothing about freedom. So it's wow. We should probably do our homework, guys. All of us do our homework. But if you want to see some good posting specifically about that, I saw Meg Basham over the weekend.
She's always so good.
Yeah, she really is.
But there's so much to take advantage of. We've been given a reason, unfortunately, tragically, with the terrorist attack and now the Somalian fraud being uncovered in Minnesota. Now is your chance to go do something about it. I feel like Republicans, unfortunately, let that moment pass. We got to capitalize on, like I said, so unfortunate that stuff like this happens, but do something to fix it long term, which Trump is saying that he wants to, and I really, really hope it actually gets done. And so now it's time to put some teeth behind it and get these Afghans, Somalians out. Go back to your, I don't know, your warlord country that's in a civil war. If you love Somalia so much and you say America should be more like Somalia, then go back. Yeah. All these people on X, which are probably a lot of them are bots, are posting these videos of Somalia, how beautiful it is. America is so surprised at how beautiful Somalia is. It's I bet, go back if it's so much better than America. So we just got to act.
Yeah, we do.
That's why we need Doge too, which is so sad that it closed because, Elon posted he said it was the most ridiculous thing that you'd be like, well, can you show me that you are spending? Where's the receipt for the $9,000 for saving the children and feeding the hungry? Well, we don't. And all you're doing is asking for, like, they can't show clearly there is fraud. And yet we closed it down.
I mean, the thing that was doing the most
Why?
good. I don't know.
It seemed like a slam dunk. Anyway, I'm glad they made up, though.
It looks like it.
It looks
Hopefully.
like they did. But he got his legs knocked out from underneath him. Really sad.
Well, the DeSantis
Could have done so much.
DeSantis tweeted something about how Elon fought the swamp and the swamp won.
Oof.
It's unfortunate.
Yep.
It is.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll do AI AI students that can't survive without AI.
Perhaps, yes.
And then the second helping, we're going to talk about what's happening in Venezuela. I think that's where we're going to go. And Mark Kelly's in it again. What a biscuit.
He is a biscuit.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside. I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP. And our final topic from our montage at the beginning of the show, beginning-ish. Kids in AI, kids in school. And the former teacher. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I find myself going to Chat GPT a lot lately.
Wait, you're a former teacher?
No, I'm just talking about myself. Oh, did she say?
Yeah, she said you're a former teacher.
No, the teacher. I meant the teacher in the
Oh,
segment.
I thought you were saying
yeah.
Allison. As the former teacher.
I did want to be a teacher.
Did you?
Well, I did homeschool.
Hey,
so
same.
Yeah.
We've
little
done
bit.
it. We've been teachers.
A little bit of a teacher. But I sympathize with kids because the temptation is very, very strong to, I mean, I'll be like, Chat GPT, and then by the time I turn around, we're talking like we're besties. And it's weird.
I can't get into that. I hate talking to AI. Well, I'll ask AI.
Weird.
I'll ask AI something like if I want a deep dive, quick research question, and that's it. These people that talk to AI beyond that, I don't like that.
I don't. And I think the problem is we know how to jump on and jump off. We know how to, hey, AI, chat, find me low-cost flights to blah, blah, blah. Or cooking, whatever. Like we know how to hop on and hop off. The kids today, Sonny boy.
You're so old.
I'm so old. Oh, that was such an old person thing to say. But this former teacher was talking about the fact that kids do not know how to write. They do not know how to read. They do not know how to do math. Anything she asked them to do specifically related to writing a 5-sentence paragraph was arduous for them. And so no wonder we're in a world of hurt. Would you guys agree with that?
Well, it's little things like I this weekend, y'all know I'm on this weird health kick. I've got my grounding mat. I took my shoes off here. At
Is
the
it helping?
studio. I don't know. In my head,
It's the placebo.
it's the placebo. I heard about grounding from, two doctors that I really respect. And I thought, y'all are kooky. And then now it pops up on Instagram. And so then I was like, well, I got to try the grounding mat. So here I am, shoeless in the studio. Anyway, I bought this new like kind of detox supplement, and you have to take it away from other vitamins or things you're taking. And so instead of using my brain and doing some math, I was like, hey, Chatty, I don't know what I'm going to name it. And it put me together a whole, like what time I needed to take everything. I was like, and that sounds so stupid, but that is a legit exercise for your brain. And these kids are missing out on all that, which sounds dumb, but I'm telling you, it makes a difference. It's like how you have to work backwards and logically think about things. And I can't, and it's a puzzle. And now they don't have to do any of that. And so I think it's kind of like marrying your cousin. We're all getting dumber.
What? I didn't think
wrong.
I'd hear about AI and marrying your cousin in the same.
I mean, it's all, our IQs are dropping, JP.
Yeah.
Okay, for lots of reasons, not just your cousin marriage.
Well, I mean, I'm 22.
Not your cousin.
Well, no,
I don't know about that.
I'm 22, and I feel like I didn't use AI at all in school. But my younger sister, who's 20, and she's in college, she uses AI for her homework. My cousin, who's 16, is in high school. He uses AI for his homework. And so I feel like, but also there's the other side of it. I've seen some things about teachers are so paranoid about it. They run their students' essays through these AI checkers, and you used an M dash. Only AI uses M dash. Fail. It's like, no, I just use M dash. It's just like relax.
What's an M dash?
Like the long dash. It's the longer version of just a normal dash. AI uses the M dash a lot, but there's some kids who just use that and have been, accused of cheating using AI when they really weren't. Also, somebody put the Declaration of Independence in an AI fact checker or an AI checker, and it said that it was 99% AI generated.
Oh, please.
It's like, so, there may be a part of it that the teachers are too paranoid, but it's just a weird balance of, okay, if you are in a world with AI, do you, like on a normal basis, do you need to do much critical thinking, or can you just look up, on AI? That's the problem, is that these kids, and I say these kids, I'm 22, they know how to just go to AI because that's just the world we live in. But I guess it's finding the balance between having to actually use your brain rather than ChatGPT, tell me how to do this, But I'm interested if the audience out there, if their kids are using AI for their homework, if they've noticed.
Well, it becomes very hard to tell them not to use it when we do have ad nauseum. I know we've talked about it, Common Core in the classrooms. We don't have morality. So why would you tell them don't use it? Whose morals are you using anymore to say don't? So then you think about Claudine Gay at Harvard, who plagiarized from, some of it was from a lady we know, Carol Swain. I mean, the president of Harvard plagiarized her work. So if the president of an elite institution didn't use her own stuff in paper she passed off as her own, you're going to have a very hard time making the argument, don't use this, even though it's not doing a whole lot for your brain. Because you do worry about our kids today. And when we are in the hospital and it comes time to make end of life choices, what are they going to do? How are they going to
ask ChatGPT?
They are going to ask Chat, and
Should
Chat's going to
save
go,
mom or not?
Plug it.
That's what it's going to say. But you know, I mean, we've lost critical thinking skills. That's what went out the window 25 years ago, and it's not coming back unless we make a change.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
it's depressing.
AI can be a tool if you do the heavy lifting.
Yes.
And it can get you facts and statistics to back up but it just saying, hey, write me an essay, this many words on this.
What if we use it for the outline?
I don't have a problem with the
Chat,
outline.
Make me an outline for 1984, and then you go back and write it. Is that still cheating?
Depends.
Depends.
Oh, shoot.
But it's a good thought.
Yeah. You know, we're going to skirt the system so we can still sleep at night and yet get it done.
Yeah.
Because I'm with you. I mean, there's a little part of you, we don't live our lives to the standard of the world, but you're like, well, if everybody else is doing it and nobody else is failing the class, why shouldn't I? The choices we make. All right. We've got Mark Kelly and Dingle Dip on the other side. That's all I know how to call him. We'll be back.
back to Rightside. I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP, and we are back for our second helping.
I like that.
I mean, that, it's kind of cheerful because you think, yeah, I'm going to go get that second piece of pizza. Yeah, I'm going to get some more stuffing. Maybe I'm going to get some pumpkin pie, or what is your dessert of choice?
Not pumpkin pie.
Not
What's
cheesecake.
funny? I'm kind of a hypocrite because I was going to say brownies with ice cream, but
Which
that's
is delicious.
That's too.
Is everything just
I guess. I don't know.
Allison.
If you're in Mexico, though, you have like 48 helpings, right?
You have 48 at least.
At least.
Yeah.
Because they're so little.
They're just teeny tiny little helpings. Anyway, a second helping of news.
You're going to think I'm lame, but it's just going to be the same music I got on this board already.
I do. I mean, it'll work for today, but not tomorrow.
No, JP,
I'll
you
figure out a better
send us
one.
some good music. So,
Mark Kelly,
in other news,
dip.
Mark
Dingle
Kelly
dip.
is
Dingle
weird.
dip.
What
Dingle
is he
dip.
talking about?
A dip.
We don't know. We wish we did, but we don't.
He said Trump. Now I'm off beat. He said Trump is gonna kill him. Kill him. Yeah. What is he talking about?
No
Does he
one
really
knows.
think Donald Trump's trying to kill him?
I don't think he ever has any idea what he's talking about.
I think that somebody hands him a piece of paper like the guy on Anchorman, and he just says whatever they tell him to say.
No, yeah. These are all just Democrat.
What's Will Ferrell's character on Anchorman? What's his name?
Ron Burgundy.
Ron Burgundy.
Ron Burgundy. Just think of Mark Kelly as Ron Burgundy. And they just put it in the teleprompter, and he's like, okay, one, Trump tried to kill me. Serious face. And you're like, no, he didn't threaten to kill you, buddy.
He just
didn't.
said sedition and treason isn't cool.
Yeah, that's what he said. And he said, oh, by the way, this is the penalty for treason. And Mark Kelly took it to mean he means me. Mark Kelly, you take it as you wish. He was just telling you what the law says. Apparently, that doesn't matter to you.
But what he is, talk about, let's go through this whole Venezuela thing, because that kind of came up the same time the naked man was coming by on the stretcher.
Okay, that's so unsettling.
All this started happening. So Trump said last week, no more flying in Venezuelan airspace, right?
Keep it clear.
And that is for what purpose?
No one knows.
Because they want to go to war with Venezuela and overthrow Maduro.
Because he won't relinquish power to the chick that won.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, the main reason is he's pro-Russia. He's he's just in bed with Russia and sending, I think it's true, obviously, that they're sending some narcotics to America, but I think that's being used as the reason to go after them. The real reason is he's a pro-Russian regime in the Western Hemisphere. That's the real reason why they're wanting to overthrow him, and why there's probably some CIA action behind the scenes on the ground trying to get rid of him. But I mean, that's the real reason. They just want to go to war with him to overthrow Maduro.
And so we shut down airspace and say, get out, no more. Then Trump and Pete start blowing up boats.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have, did y'all see this? Mike Rogers, Alabama Mike Rogers, who sits as the chairman of the Armed Services Committee, is questioning whether or not those hits on the boats were legal. I guess it's because one of the boats, apparently there were 11 people on the boat. 9 got unalived.
Okay.
2 were hanging on to the side or something.
Yeah.
And they called in a second strike on the boat and took them out.
Yeah.
And so they're looking into the legality of that. But what is Mark Kelly? What was it he was saying today in that press conference about?
We've committed war crimes, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah. I think he was referring to that. And, Trump has claimed that Hegseth said there was no such attack to kill survivors. So they're denying that it happened.
But if you meant to kill him the first time, what?
I know.
You can't go back and kill him the second time?
Well, I guess.
It's like, if they lived, then we just let it. I don't think war looks like.
Well, I mean,
like that.
I think it's just people that are anti-Trump, anti-war, and you're not going to verify that these people weren't, drug traffickers before killing them. I mean, I guess I trust Pete Hegseth to have the prior evidence that these people were trafficking drugs before they commit the first airstrike. But I agree, if you're going to try to kill them in the first place, I feel like it's kind of war. I don't see any Geneva Convention. I could be wrong. Somebody wants to inform me that that's against the Geneva Convention, laws. I don't see where it is. I think that's just them trying to go after Trump.
I've never seen a war where you shoot once and if you miss, you're like, oh, okay, you get to go.
Yeah.
Well, and I want to back up and ask, what has Mark Kelly actually done? Like, did he do anything to stop the flow of drugs from coming over the? Oh, that's right. He was part of the group of people that was okay with immigration.
Yeah.
Illegal immigration and the flow of drugs, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. He's a border state too.
So remind me again, then what has he done to help protect our freedom? Like, okay, he was an astronaut. Great. I respect you for that. Okay, fine. But like, what else have you done to help protect the people of America?
Well, he's protecting the people of America and our military by telling them not to carry out illegal. I'm being serious. He literally thinks he's protecting I mean, that's where we are. That's what the left thinks they are doing the most good.
And so that includes, though, all the times that he was part of the military when they were either our people were neoconning it or they were just for war, for these endless wars. But now it's like not good. Like we don't want to stop fentanyl or weed,
Yeah.
heroin,
They're probably
cocaine.
getting lots of money.
I mean, like, I don't understand. I need to understand why the outrage now.
I really think the outrage from the left is just trying anything to go after Trump. Congress didn't declare war. You can't blow up these narco terrorists coming to America with drugs. It's like, yeah, how many times did Congress declare war when Obama drone attacked the stew out of the Middle East, like in Yemen and other, like the whole Congress didn't declare war. Phil and I actually talked about this. I think the last time Congress declared war was World War II.
Yeah.
There was actually never a formal declaration of war on, any of the wars in the Middle East, Vietnam. So I feel like the declaration of war, we're a little bit past that. But I really think all there is to it, they're just finding anything to go after Trump with.
But there's also something else that this could be me. I could be wrong. But isn't it funny how we're for something when we don't have to look at it? But you're watching a boat being blown up with people on it, and suddenly that's horrific, and we're not for that kind of thing. But you are for abortion.
Exactly.
You are for war. And you can kill them over there, but don't do it where we can see it. We do not want to see. That is unsavory. And also, you can't see all the lives wrecked by the drugs that have come over here. I mean, it's a wasteland, which, by the way, is a good book about the drug crisis. But when you see it, we can't see that. I mean, that's an offshoot of anything to go after Trump. But I find that ironic. Or is that just me?
No, it is true. I agree. And plus, we have an administration that's actually showing it, which is, I think, obviously strategic to try to intimidate these narco terrorists. But yeah, I agree. When it's on camera, all of a sudden, it's a problem.
I was like, ooh. I mean, maybe we should put other things on camera so people can go, well, that's pretty horrific. We should probably not do that. But this is literally wiping out entire populations of people. We're okay with that. But just don't blow up that boat. That's unsavory, man.
But is Trump escalating this to a point where we're going to end up in some sort of legit altercation?
Oh, we're going to war with Venezuela for sure. I think it's imminent.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, look at the battleships we've sent on, the border of Venezuela. There's apparently CIA operations on the ground in Venezuela to overthrow Maduro. And I'm actually, a lot of people.
Careful, JP.
Careful. A lot of people have called me an isolationist because I'm pretty much anti-war when it comes to stuff in the Middle East, and the U.S.'s support of Ukraine. I think it's pretty ridiculous. I'm actually for some action in Venezuela because this is our hemisphere. Like, this is our turf. Like the Monroe Doctrine, Western Hemisphere is our turf. That's our sphere of influence. We can't have pro-Russian regimes in our own backyard that are also sending fentanyl to America. Like, we can't have it. Now, like Eastern Europe is not our sphere of influence. So why are we supporting Ukraine to the T that we are? I mean, give them initial support, but then try to bring it in as quick as possible. The Middle East is not our sphere of influence. Look what meddling in that for 20-something years has done for us. The Western Hemisphere, that's our backyard. I feel like we got to do what we got to do to, like the Panama Canal being controlled by China, not good. Venezuela being, pro-Russian, not good. So I think some military action in the Western Hemisphere to stop stuff like that is warranted.
Do you think that the meeting that Trump is supposed to have with Maduro will happen? I mean, do you think that there's any possibility? And I think we would agree with you on the whole war situation. I need to think through this, our hemisphere, that you make a great point. But do you think that they're going to have a meeting? And will Trump be able to say, listen, Nicholas,
Nick,
get
it
Nikki,
together.
You're not wanted here anymore. Any chance he gets him to just go, fine, I'll walk away?
I wonder if Trump, this is the way he does things. He goes extreme, he goes hard, he goes big. Because that's the way you negotiate. And then you start scanning. Okay, well, let's work this out, kind of thing. So maybe, I just hate it because the whole plan was to, no new wars. No, we're tired of fighting wars. I'm like with you. I've got to think about this one. This one kind of came out of nowhere for me.
There are some reports that I can't remember who did it. It was like the Washington Post or somebody said something about how apparently behind closed doors, Maduro accepted a deal with the United States, like an oil deal, a gold deal, something to get them out of Russian, hands. But apparently, even Maduro, after accepting it, wasn't good enough for like Rubio and others. They want Maduro gone. Although I agree to have intervention in our turf. If Maduro is complying with what we want, then do it. I don't care. Well, Maduro's a bad guy. Well, it's like, I feel like most global leaders are bad guys. If he's giving us what we want, then okay, fine. But I think they're just obsessed with getting Maduro out. So I think military intervention to get Venezuela to come back into our hands is warranted. But if we're just fighting it just to get rid of Maduro, then I don't know. If he's giving us what we want, then just take it. So I do think war is imminent, though, because I feel like if we've gone this far, then there's no turning back.
Well, we can't forget that they did empty out their jails and sent them here.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
gosh, that's a lot. War enough.
Yeah, could be.
What's your timeline? What do you think?
I think it's imminent. I kind of expected one to happen already with the battleships off the coast and the airspace being closed down like Trump was threatening. We'll see. I mean, we'll see if there's some sort of deal. I don't know what else they would want from Maduro. If there's already CIA operations on the ground to get rid of him, I just think they want Maduro gone. So we'll see if Maduro just steps down. I doubt it, but I don't know. I can't really give you a timeline. I kind of thought it would already happen by now, to be honest with you.
That's interesting. I guess we'll have to just wait and see.
Let's wait till Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
'Tis the season.
It is.
What are we gonna do? Are we gonna do some Would You Rather? Are we gonna end on we're going to war note?
No, we gotta do.
We're gonna do something fun. We'll find it.
Yeah, we gotta do
during the break. I promise. We'll be right back.
welcome back to Right Side. I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP, wrapping up a Monday. And before we get to our Would You Rather question for the day, Allison.
Yeah, it's my favorite part.
I love the Would You Rather.
Someday we're going to make it to Never Have I Ever, which is going to be really spicy.
Are you going to be in charge of the Never Have I Ever questions?
It probably should be you.
Okay.
If it's me, no bueno.
Okay.
We're going to put mom in charge of that one, not the kids. But I do like
come up with good
Would You
ones,
Rather.
though. I do like Would You Rather. I think it's a very good way to end the day. Do we have any text we want to read before we get to that?
We do. Shane from Harvest, he said, I use ChatGPT to create study guides and practice tests for my daughter. See, that's a good way to use it.
I love that.
Okay.
I love it.
He said, Michael from Madison said, the problem with using AI to me is that I constantly see it doing and getting stuff wrong. I hate trying to look up something online anymore because everything automatically generates an AI answer first before it actually gives me the links and pages for the information I want. And I will see things blatantly, obviously wrong. So to my kids, using AI have the problem is that they don't know how to do things themselves. But the other half is they're still getting stuff wrong and maybe learning stuff wrong if they take that information.
That's a good word.
Yeah, like saying the Constitution was AI generated.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Is it because it used like old English and big words and nobody does that anymore?
I guess so.
It has to be fake.
The M dash, which Brad from Crimestone said, I love M dashes. I mean, I use one in every message I send. In my signature, also a big fan of, wait for it, ellipses.
Same. Ellipsis. My husband does not love my love for ellipsis.
I don't even know what an ellipsis is.
Dot.
Oh,
Like
I use that all the time.
It's like TBC. Like it's BTS of my brain. Like there's more to come. Don't you want to know what that is?
Yeah.
Just boop, boop, boop. Just right there's just happy little.
It says so much
It does.
without saying anything.
I know. I like
It's
the
very
ellipsis more than the M dash. I like the short.
Can somebody
Little
show me an M dash?
It's just like you write
it's-
something.
Is it just a long dash?
Yeah,
It's
just a
just a
long
dash.
dash.
So it's instead of
Show it
perhaps
to me
doing
on this
like
here.
parentheses.
Well, if you go to the
I would
text
go
line, If
and
you-
you'd
Where's the M dash on this computer?
it's right above the normal dash.
Well, that's lame. What does it mean that the normal dash can't say?
I don't know. I never use them dashes.
it's pregnant with meaning, Allison.
I'm gonna have to chat GPT why you would use a
I just know that we've transitioned
Pregnant
from
dash
using so
over,
many like quotation
non-
marks or parentheses, which drives people crazy if you're writing and then you have a separate thought. It makes it a little bit easier to contain your thoughts without for me, the interrupt, like your eyes are interrupted by parentheses. So instead you can just go dash,
yeah.
da 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 da, and then back to it.
Mhm.
What?
it's an M. An
What did you-
EM dash.
Yeah.
And
EM dash. Yeah.
Not an M
No.
letter. Okay. So an M dash is one of the most versatile punctuation marks in English. This is from ChatGPT.
Of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks,
I
chat.
didn't even have to Google it. Writers use it because it's bold, clear, and great at adding emphasis. That's where the M comes from.
Oh, I see.
Thanks, Allison.
Here's why you might use an M dash: to add emphasis or interrupt a thought, to replace parentheses, to replace commas,
Look at
to
that.
replace a colon, to show interruption. Don't use an M dash in very, very formal writing or you will be judged. It doesn't say that, but that's what I'm saying. Or too often in the same paragraph. Brad.
You can't do it.
No.
You've really got to be
Brad from
sparing.
Crimestone uses it
Kind of like
every text.
no, not like gravy. I don't know what kind of a
Cranberry
condiment I do.
sauce.
Yeah, like cranberry sauce, like only necessary.
Now I know it's not a letter M. It's an emphasis dash.
dash.
Okay, we got about 26 left.
Okay, let's go.
We gotta
Okay,
do
go.
Would you rather.
Okay, quick.
Would you rather someone see all the photos in your phone or read all of your text messages?
Photos. I don't want you to see all my text.
See, some of the photos are screenshots of some of the things that I've said. I would go photos.
Yeah, I gotta go photos because I feel like most of them are just gonna be like, what the heck? Like some meme, some screenshots.
Yeah,
like, dude,
stupid.
Yeah.
It's like my dog.
Okay, throw another one out. We can go really fast.
Okay, this applies to us because we did this today. Would you rather be in a room that is overly bright or a room that's totally dark?
Dark.
Yeah, we almost went totally dark.
We're
This
all
was
nocturnal.
right side.
I'm
going to
work
today.
on the lights tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are you?
I just need a taller ladder,
Okay.
which is scary.
I think I probably should
I
help
used a
you
power
with that. I'll
drill
spot
last
you.
week.
You did?
Yeah, to hang our mirror.
I love the
And
mirror.
now
Yeah,
I'm
she
going to
almost
use a
killed
ladder.
everybody with a power. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll spot you.
Women should not use power drills ever. Just butter knives. All right, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. Lots of great stuff. You know it. Actually, Emily Jones will be on tomorrow.
Sweet.
Steve Marshall will be on Thursday. Lots in between. We'll see y'all then.